Do you ever wonder what really happens to your body when you decide to stop releasing for a while? Maybe you've tried it before. A whole month without sex, without masturbation, no release of any kind, hoping it might supercharge your energy or raise your testosterone. Or maybe you've heard people say that holding in your semen will make you more masculine, more focused, even spiritually powerful. Well, it's that time of year again, when the internet fills up with talk about No Nut November. Millions of men try it every single year. But is it actually good for you? Does semen retention really boost testosterone, fertility, or sexual performance? Or is it just another internet challenge that sounds scientific, but isn't backed by real evidence? I'm Dr. Amelia, an Andrology Specialist, and today we're going to look at what really happens when you stop ejaculating, what increases, what decreases, and the one automatic process your body does that quietly resets everything, whether you like it or not. Let's start with what semen retention actually means. It's the practice of completely avoiding ejaculation. No sex, no self-stimulation, no release of any kind. The idea is that by conserving semen, you conserve your life force, your drive, and even your masculinity. Every November, thousands of online groups turn this into a 30-day challenge. Some men do it for discipline or self-control, others for curiosity or a sense of community. And to be clear, I'm not here to tell you not to do it. If this challenge gives you psychological clarity, spiritual calm, or simply helps you feel more in control of your habits, there's nothing wrong with that. My job is to separate the myth from the biology, so you understand what's truly happening inside your body. Let's talk about the first and most popular claim, that semen retention raises testosterone. The short answer? Not really. Across all the medical research, there are only a handful of tiny studies. One looked at just 10 men, another at 29. The first showed a temporary rise in testosterone after 3 weeks of abstinence. Sounds promising, right? But here's the catch. These men knew they'd be allowed to watch porn and masturbate at the end of those 3 weeks. That anticipation, the mental buildup of knowing sexual release was coming, triggered their brains to prepare for a reward. And when that happens, the body naturally spikes testosterone. So it wasn't the retention that caused the increase, it was the expectation of release. The second study found that testosterone rose about 7 days of abstinence and then quickly dropped back to baseline. In other words, if there's any bump at all, it's small, short-lived, and likely psychological rather than physiological. Now, fertility. Here's where most people get surprised. If you're trying to improve sperm quality, longer abstinence is actually counterproductive. Studies show that after 5 to 7 days without ejaculation, sperm DNA fragmentation increases, morphology, meaning shape, gets worse, and motility, or movement, decreases. The longer you hold it, the lazier your swimmers get. So if you and your partner are trying to conceive, waiting weeks between ejaculations isn't helping you, it's hurting your chances. The optimal window for healthy sperm production and function is usually releasing every 2 to 3 days, especially during the fertile window. Now let's talk about one thing that semen retention does affect: volume. Yes, when you don't ejaculate for several days, your semen volume increases. Large reviews combining dozens of studies confirm this. One review looked at 17 studies with abstinence periods up to 2 weeks. Another combined 30 different papers. Both concluded the same thing. The longer you wait, the more volume you produce, at least initially. But the key word here is initially. The biggest change happens in the first 4 days. Volume increases roughly 12% per day during that window. After that, the curve flattens. Your body slows down production because it begins reabsorbing what you haven't released. It's not like a tank that keeps filling forever. Nature designed your system with limits. And when you cross those limits, your body activates its own backup plan, the nocturnal emission, or what most people call a wet dream. That's your body's way of resetting the system. It's automatic, natural, and completely out of your control. You can think of it as a biological safety valve. When the storage is full, your body releases pressure on its own. Unfortunately, many men who attempt long-term semen retention feel discouraged or even ashamed when this happens. They think they failed the challenge or lost their progress. Please hear me when I say this. You didn't fail anything. A wet dream isn't a moral slip, it's basic human physiology. Your brain and reproductive system communicate constantly, and when the buildup reaches a certain point, your body takes care of it automatically. So if that happens, don't overthink it. Clean up, hydrate, and move on. You can start fresh if you want to, but guilt and shame have no place here. Let's summarize what science actually tells us. If you want to maximize both semen volume and sperm health, the sweet spot is about 4 to 5 days between ejaculations. That's long enough for volume to build up, but short enough to keep sperm DNA intact and motility high. Go beyond that, and you're just fighting biology. Now, there are other claims floating around that retention boosts mental clarity, focus, or energy. There's no clinical data to support that, but some men do report feeling more alert or motivated. That's likely because abstaining from frequent porn or compulsive habits resets your dopamine sensitivity in your brain, helping you feel more stable and focused. That benefit isn't from semen retention itself, it's from changing your behavioral patterns and giving your reward system a break. Here's what I tell my patients. There's a big difference between intentional control and unrealistic restriction. Learning to manage your impulses and stay mindful of how you use your sexual energy can absolutely make you more confident and grounded. But believing that you're building magical power by never ejaculating, that's not how human physiology works. So if you're participating in No Nut November this year, treat it as a mental and emotional reset, not a scientific miracle. Observe how your mind and body respond. If you feel more focused, great. If you feel frustrated, remember that it's just a temporary experiment, not a reflection of your masculinity or health. And if your goal is long-term sexual vitality, stronger erections, higher energy, or improved fertility, the proven path is consistent exercise, good nutrition, restful sleep, and regular but balanced sexual activity. So, my message is simple. Respect your body's design. Don't fight it, work with it. I'm Dr. Amelia, and I hope this gave you a clearer, science-based perspective on what semen retention really does and doesn't do. If you found this conversation helpful, go ahead and subscribe, because every week I bring you honest, evidence-driven talks about men's health and performance that most people are too shy to discuss. Take care of yourself because your health, your confidence, and your happiness are worth it. Up